Welcome, Avni Godse.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you here with us. You have an upcoming fundraiser event that is quite exciting. So, do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so I'm having a fundraiser on September 14th at the London Club from 2 to 5 p.m. And I'll be selling my paintings and prints. And then at the end there's going to be a raffle for one of my original paintings and a backpack and supplies donated by Staples.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And so this is all under the umbrella of your company called?
Yes, Heartification.
Yeah, that's great. So that's really exciting. And so, Avni, tell me, how did you start all this? Like, what prompted you to do an event of this nature?
So in December 2018, I had gone to India with my family. My grandpa had shown me these postcards of paintings that were done by people that had no arms. So they used their feet and their mouths to paint instead. And the paintings were amazing. And I was really inspired to help people with disabilities and illnesses. And that's kind of what,
got you started.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you take an artist like me. I do stick people. So no matter how inspired I become, that's not something I can do. So you, on the other hand, you have some artistic skill. So how did that start?
Yeah. So as a kid, I loved to do art. Draw, color, and then my parents had put me in art classes at around the age of 4. And as I grew, I started to notice I had a talent for it, and I really loved enjoying art. It made me feel happy and special, and that feeling is kind of what we want people with disabilities and illnesses to feel as well when they come to the pop-up events.
Can you describe for us what you envision a pop-up event to be?
Yeah, so there's going to be maybe 5 or 6 tables with easels and paints, and people with disabilities and illnesses are just going to come and they're going to paint. And then at the end, they're going to leave their painting to dry, and we're going to hope that we can deliver their painting as well as a shirt with our logo and a painting, their painting on the shirt.
Lovely. Now, there's paint night events all over, and people do these, but you're specifically raising the money so that people with disabilities and illnesses can come, and you're going to supply the material.
Yes.
And so by doing this, then how do you see this helping people?
So people with disabilities and illnesses, they may not feel like they're unique or they're a person. They may feel like they're worthless. So that's just to boost their confidence, make them feel special, make them feel happy. So when they come, they can just paint whatever they want, and they can just express themselves on the canvas.
So they'll learn how to paint. You'll give them some
Tips.
strategies
Yeah.
on painting.
Yes.
And then at the end of all this, they also have something that they have of their own at home. And so I can just imagine someone who perhaps is having a bad day, and they can look at their painting and have a good memory and feel some success.
Yes.
Yes, that's wonderful. It's a wonderful story. What do you like to paint?
So I love to paint landscapes. I love nature. I have tried painting animals and stuff like that, but my area of expertise is landscapes.
Okay, wonderful. And so your family is very supportive.
Yes,
I know, talking to your father, I feel that love and support. It's wonderful. So what other ways do your parents help you?
Yeah, so my dad helps me with my website and my social media. My mom helps me a lot when I plan ahead for what painting I'm going to do next. I love to talk to her about all the landscapes, and then she's like, oh, these colors would go good together. And I'm like, oh yeah, we could do this. And then my sister, she's little, she's only 7, so she loves to kind of just be there and help.
Yeah, oh, that's lovely. That's really very nice. For someone who is starting to paint, any tips that you would give them?
I would say just be yourself. I love nature. I've always loved, trees, the textures of nature. But if someone would love animals, I mean, they'd probably be good at painting animals.
So your approach really is that everyone can succeed,
Yeah.
and they just need to do what they love.
Yeah.
That's a lovely message. So as an entrepreneur, how did you come up with the name Heartification?
So art, basically, it comes from the heart. When I paint from my heart, and also the word art's in there. And then ification means to do, so we just put that all together in Heartification.
That's great. And so the funds that you are raising, so you've mentioned about the pop-up events, and so the money will go towards these events. In future, what do you see yourself doing? Do you see more fundraisers? Do you?
Yeah, so we're gonna have the fundraiser coming up, and then a pop-up event in London, and then hoping to have a fundraiser and a pop-up event in Toronto. That'll also get the word out in Toronto as well, and Toronto's a big place, lots of people, so that'll be really great. And maybe some in Winnipeg. My grandpa lives there, so that'll be a good place to do it. So just fundraisers to raise money, and then pop-up events. And we don't want it just in London, because it could be the same people. Maybe we want it, in Winnipeg, maybe Calgary or something. Different places. Yeah.
So you just want to spread
it.
The love and caring. And do you see other people picking up on this idea, do you think?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, you just never know.
Never know what the future holds.
Absolutely. And so other than coming to the fundraiser, is there any other way that you can see the community? So in this particular case, the London community, is there any other way that they could help to support you?
Yes, people can go to my website, heartification.com. I'm selling my paintings and prints there. My store is up there. People can donate, and we'll put information up there about what's going on at the fundraiser, pop-up events and stuff. So if anybody wants any information, they can go to my website or any of my social media accounts.
So once again, the event is on Saturday, September 14th from 2 until 5 p.m. at the London Club. So in your message, Avni, and in what you're doing, we've touched on the fact that you have such a big heart and you care so much about the community, and you've talked now about expanding this community. It's not something that, as one person, as big a heart as you have, it's not something that is one person that, you can carry alone. So community involvement, I think, is key. And your goal then is to not only raise money and have these events, but also to inspire
inspire
others.
On people.
And so what are you hoping that others will take from this?
Hopefully they'll raise awareness about people with disabilities and illnesses. That's one thing. And also spreading the word, and maybe they can do something, that'll help people with disabilities and illnesses, or just help other people as well.
I think it's great that what you're doing is also demonstrating to people how they could do something like this. So they could actually, follow in your footsteps and learn that, it doesn't take a huge event with, lots of planning and lots of expensive marketing. Even events like this can have quite an impact. So I think that overall it's important for people to understand that if we all come together and make these efforts, that we can make a difference in our society, and to help people with disabilities and illnesses, and even just people who have a few rough patches in life. I think what I also get from you in this is that we can all care for each other a little more. Yes, I think that's a great message. Yes. Thank you so much for talking with us, Avni.